In this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how I gained 20 pounds without getting fat in just 6 months after seeing no results for just 2 straight years. Alright, so here's a picture of me back in June 2025, and here's a picture of me in December 2025. As you can see, there's a big, huge noticeable difference. In the first picture, I'm about 135 pounds here, right? I'm pretty skinny. I'm still really lean in this picture, right? Obviously, I was weightlifting 2 years before this, but it's nothing compared to like the amount of muscle I have now. All right. So now in the second picture, I'm 155 pounds while still being extremely lean. So as you guys can see, I still got the abs. I still have my jawline right here. All right. So I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I did it. So not gonna waste any time. Let's get straight into this video. All right. So the first thing we're gonna be talking about is working out. All right. So if you guys don't know already, whenever you work out, your muscles get torn down. All right. So whenever you're in the gym, you're weightlifting, your muscles are literally getting teared as you're weightlifting. All right. That's how you kind of want to think of the gym as. All right. You're really like tearing down your muscles. So the best way to tear down your muscles in the gym, the best way to do this is to follow a push-pull leg split. Whenever you follow this push-pull leg split, you're basically gonna be hitting all the muscles, all right? All the muscles that you need to for the week. All right, and you only have to go to the gym 3 times a week when you follow this push-pull leg split. All right, I love doing the push-pull leg split. I've been very consistent with the push-pull leg split ever since around July 2025. All right, so I've been really consistent with this, right? So the reason why I love doing the push-pull leg split is because it's gonna have really good recovery time. All right, recovery outside of the gym is so important for your immune system and your actual muscle growth in general. All right. Recovery is elite. You need to focus on your recovery outside of the gym. All right. Really well. So we're going to really dive deeper into that later in the video. But for now, let's focus on the actual push pull leg split itself. All right. This is the best split out there. All right. So for the push day, you want to really focus on hitting the chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. All right. You want to really focus on hitting those specific muscles because they all kind of work out at the same time. So whenever you first start the workout, you want to really do compound movements for the chest. Then you kind of want to go do some more bodybuilding movements for the shoulders and the triceps right after. You're going to see a lot of growth in those areas over some time. All right. For the pull day, you're going to be focused on hitting your back and your biceps. All right. So whenever you hit your back and your biceps, you basically start the workout by doing pull-ups. All right. That's my personal favorites. If you can't start the workout doing pull-ups, you can always do assisted pull-ups. All right. And if you think pull-ups is too easy for you, you can do weighted pull-ups. All right. That's what I prefer. All right. And obviously, there's a lot more back bicep workouts you can do throughout the gym. Bicep, you hit some bicep curls, right? So whenever you start this workout, you really want to focus on hitting the back muscles, and at the very end, you go with the biceps. All right, that's the order you want to do that in. All right, and then for legs, what I like to do for legs is I really like to keep this short. All right, so I just do some leg press, right? I start the workout with some leg press, and then I do some quad extensions, right? And it really works out the quads and the glutes all together, and a little bit of the calves too. All right, so if you guys want to do more of those leg workouts, you certainly can. Especially if you're a beginner, I recommend starting with squats. All right, but that's the exact thing I did. All right, this is the exact split I followed to actually gain 20 pounds in 6 months without getting fat too, by the way. All right, so for each workout you do, you really want to focus on keeping it short. All right, so I like to keep my workouts from ranging from 30 to 45 minutes most of the time. I don't really want to spend any longer than 45 minutes in the gym. 'Cause that's whenever I'm in there for too long. The only reason why I might be in the gym for that long is if I'm just socializing with people and I'm not really working out all the time. But whenever you're actually truly working out, you don't really want to be spending too much time in the gym. All right. So you really want to keep it short. So I would like to do around 2 minute rest breaks for each set I do. So I like to do low volume workouts. That's what I was doing to gain 20 pounds in the last 6 months. I was focused on doing low volume workouts with short rest breaks. And doing this is what worked the best for me. All right. And I recommend you guys should try that too, especially for the next 6 months to see how it goes for you. All right. Like I said, stay consistent to this plan for 6 months. All right. That's going to be the working out part of it. All right. Before we get to the recovery part, we're going to be talking about cardio right after your workout. And basically, this is, I think, a big part of the reason why I'm actually still extremely lean, even after gaining 20 pounds, is because I was so consistent with my cardio. All right. Whenever you do your cardio, you're burning fat as you go, and your body's going to be craving a lot more calories whenever you actually do your cardio. All right, so let's say I go and play basketball for an hour. Let's say I go swim for like 30 minutes, right? I'm gonna feel a lot more hungry after that than compared if I didn't go swim. All right. Whenever you do this, you just fuel your body with the right foods, and you're gonna become more leaner by doing this because you're doing cardio workouts, and you're also still gonna be putting on some weight for your muscle gains at the gym. All right. So that I think doing cardio and lifting is just goes hand on hand, and it really just helps you get the both of best worlds. All right. So weightlifting is gonna be for the aesthetics, the strength, and then cardio is gonna be for more of the aesthetics. You know, it's gonna make you more lean, a lot more better, and it's also gonna help with your mobility, your movement, all those type of things. So if you just balance it out and you do both lifting and cardio, you're gonna feel great. You're literally gonna feel great for the working out portion of this. All right, so for cardio, there's stuff like you can do, like I said, you can do swimming, you can play basketball, you can do treadmills. All right, right after I get done with my lift, I always go play basketball. All right, and then maybe I'll take 2 days out the week when I'm not lifting and I'll go swim. All right, and that's what I like to do. All right, for you, you might not enjoy basketball, you might not enjoy swimming, you might want to be playing soccer with your friends. Go to a soccer field and literally play soccer for like 30 minutes to an hour. You're gonna get so much cardio done whenever you do that because you're gonna be running back and forth. All right, so I recommend you definitely do cardio after every workout if you really want to see maximum results. All right. Now we're gonna be talking about the recovery portion of this, and for the recovery portion of this, the first thing we're gonna be talking about is sleeping. Sleeping 9 to 10 hours a night. 9 to 10 hours a night. I'm gonna say it one more time. 9 to 10 hours a night. I don't care, like 7 to 8 hours is most optimal. All the doctors say 8 to 9 is actually good. No, 9 to 10 is the only one that's actually going to be the most beneficial, right? Because it's going to give you the most time to actually recover at night. The reason why you guys might think 8 hours is the best is because most people are just so sleep deprived that they don't actually get the sleep they need. All right, I think 8 hours is not enough sleep. I think 9 hours, yeah, it's okay sleep, right? I mean, okay, it's gonna be good sleep, but like it's not gonna be as good, right? So I recommend doing 9 to 10, for 9.5 hours, you get 10 hours of sleep. Anything above 11 hours might be a little bit too much. So try to be in that range. All right. Now, this is gonna be very hard. I will be completely honest. This is gonna be very hard, and I know a lot of you guys won't be able to do this, but for the people who can, this is gonna give you a big edge. And this is exactly what I did to actually gain this weight. All right. Whenever you're sleeping, you're gonna this is whenever your body like fully recovers, right? Your body is recovering so much whenever you sleep. Your muscles are recovering so much when you sleep. All right. So make sure you guys are sleeping 9 to 10 hours a night. All right. This is gonna be so good for just everything, right? Sleep is so important. All right. So if you normally sleep like 6 hours a night, you might need to sleep like 7 to 8, right? And you just want to kind of build up, build up, build up. Like do some progressive overload for sleeping. All right. You want to do the same with your diet. You want to do the same with working out. All right. You basically want to do progressive overload throughout your whole life to really just keep evolving, evolving, evolving. All right. So sleep 9 to 10 hours a night. All right. Next is gonna be eating clean. And I mean completely clean. This is exactly what I did, and this is exactly how I gained 20 pounds in the last 6 months without getting fat, right? If you don't eat clean, you might still gain the 20 pounds, but then you might look like this. You might look like that right after. And you don't want to look like that. All right. So make sure you guys are eating completely clean. All right. Clean foods, whole single ingredient foods, no seed oils, no red 40, no yellow 5. All right. None of those artificial flavors, no processed foods. You want to avoid processed foods at all costs. You want to eat an ancestral diet. That's the one I use to really gain these 20 pounds. All right. So you want to focus on foods like meat, red meat. If you can, get red meat, good quality red meat, eggs. You want to have some good quality milk for some protein shakes. And that's basically what you want to follow. You want to eat a lot of eggs, right? I eat 8 eggs every single morning. If you guys want to follow the exact breakfast I do 2 pieces of whole grain bread from toast, all right, for my carbs, and I eat 8 eggs right after that. All right. And if you really want, I'm gonna give you guys a quick side note. If you guys want to get even more nutrients from your eggs, cook them sunny side up. All right. If you cook your eggs sunny side up, I recently just started doing this like 3 days ago. I had to learn that the yolk actually gives you so much nutrients when it's not cooked. So just make sunny side up eggs, right? Make sure you have the whites cooked because that's going to be what poisons you. But if you just uncook the yolk and have the whites cooked, it's going to be so beneficial for you. It's gonna be so nutritious, right? There's so much nutrients and enzymes in the yolk. All right, so if you can cook your eggs sunny side up, have 8 of those a day, and you're gonna feel like an absolute god. Like you're literally gonna feel like a god. All right, you're gonna feel great. All right, man. That's eating clean. And whenever I say eat clean, I don't mean you eat clean for 5 days, right? From Monday to Friday, you eat so clean, and then on Saturday and Sunday, you start slacking off and eat some bullshit, right? I mean, eat completely clean. Like we're gonna be real strict here. All right, if you really want to see good results, you want to see good results in the gym and good results in your overall lifestyle, you need to be eating clean. You need to be sleeping right. You need to be optimizing your health. You need to be optimizing your body. All right, that's exactly what you need to do. Now, the final thing we'll be talking about before we get into the bonuses is going to be getting sunlight. All right, sunlight is so great for your testosterone and your overall just health in general. All right, sunlight, you want to be getting about an hour of sunlight every single day, at least, right? At least. If it's the summer, get 2 to 3 hours of sunlight. If it's the winter, get about an hour. All right, whenever it's the winter, the sunlight's not going to be as effective, but you can still get good vitamin D from just being outside the whole time, right? Because being outside is better than being inside. All right. Also, if you want to really take it a step further, you can take cold showers and ice baths and stuff, and that can also help with your vitamin D levels, especially in the winter. All right. So that's gonna be the recovery portion of this. Now we got some bonuses before we finish the video, and the bonuses are gonna be your saunas. So if you can get a sauna, right? If your gym doesn't have a sauna, there's like portable saunas you can get out there, right? And then get an ice bath with it too. And basically, the best way to use this for recovery is you want to hop in the sauna for around 10 minutes, and then you go in the ice bath for like 5 minutes, and you just kind of switch back and forth for like 3 to 4 times. And this will really be great for your recovery, and it'll just make you feel a lot better too. It's gonna help with your sleep and all types of stuff. All right. Next is gonna be the steam room. All right, the steam room is gonna be alternative for the sauna, right? It works just as good as the sauna, and it feels great for your sinuses, and it really like if you, especially in the winter, it's gonna really like you're not gonna feel dry at all. You're gonna feel the opposite of dry. You're gonna feel really moisturized whenever you get out the steam room for around 10 minutes, right? Next is red light therapy. You can buy your own thing of red light therapy. Some saunas and gyms have red light therapy now, so if you have that, you can use red light therapy from that. But if you want to get some good quality red light therapy, there's places where you can get them at, and it's gonna be really great for you. All right, it's gonna be really great for your skin and your recovery for the muscles. All right. So that's how I gained 20 pounds without getting fat in just the last 6 months. All right, if you guys want to dive more deeper into this stuff and you want to go more in depth into how I actually did this, right? And you guys want to know all of the methods, like the secret methods, the exact workout plan I use, the exact meal plan I use, everything, like just the little bits just stacking up on each other. If you guys want to learn all about like basically all I did, like straight up autistic details about what I did to gain this 20 pounds in 6 months while staying extremely lean, I will have my course, the link in the description. It's gonna be $49 right now. It's a pre-sale. So buy it as fast as you can because I will be doubling the price soon. All right, so make sure you guys go get the course. $49, link in the description. All right, it's gonna be called the Batcave. And I have so much just artistic details about how I gained these 20 pounds in the last 6 months. So if you guys want to see real results, make sure you guys go grab the course, link in the description. All right, it's the pre-sale right now, $49. And it's really gonna it's really gonna elevate you. It took me 2.5 years to get all the knowledge I have in that course. So if you guys go get in there, you're gonna save yourself so much time just from trial and error, and get the exact goal dust I used to gain these 20 pounds. All right, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you guys can never miss an upload. All right, I plan on posting around 1 to 2 times a week right now. I might bump it up, I might put it down, but I'm trying to just be consistent, especially with this being my first post. And if you guys made this far in the video, comment down below your current weight and your dream weight to get to. I'm really curious. We want to see how we can help you. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.